Good day, junior high school Monicans. It's nice to be back to school, isn't it? I know that many of us are still adjusting in the blended learning setup that we will practice for the next few months. Imagine, after the long years of remote learning, of doing our school activities virtually at our own homes, we are now gradually shifting in our normal learning environment, which is on our school. Adjustments are needed to be done because those are necessities in life. If not, we will be stuck in our current situations, lest having no progress at all. We need to have a positive perspective as we navigate our way towards the full blown face to face learning that will be implemented by the Department of Education in the latter parts of this year. Such, we do our best to make this year a time to realize our common dream of shifting towards a better normal in the coming years and beyond. School year 2022 to 2023 is special because of its transitory character. As I've mentioned a while ago, we are gradually returning to our regular class activities at school while still observing precautionary measures against serious health crisis situations. Because we are trying to make things in a new way, innumerable changes are expected to be encountered, excluding the usual things like the constant wearing of face masks, sanitation of hands and our personal belongings, and maintaining physical distance from one another. Other changes can also be observed in our classroom routines, school regulations, and even in our relationships with our batchmates and teachers. It was as if we are going back to square one. Nonetheless, it is an opportunity for each one of us to change our own perspective as we see different things at the present time. We are challenged to rediscover the value of many gifts that we have in store, the people dear to us, our capacity to enroll in a reputable school, our good quality learning resources, and many other reasons to be grateful in life. These gifts are our constant reminders that we are always equipped in facing the many changes set before our way. The process might be difficult sometimes, but all is worth doing. Every single step forward is worth trying as it leads us towards our self growth as developing and maturing individuals. Another thing that is worth discussing is how we should adapt to new situations. Because we are invited to have a new appreciation of the things happening in our lives today, we need to have a cognitive shift. What is it all about? Cognitive shift is a process happening within a person's mind wherein one's thoughts and actions are changed in order to adapt to new situations, whether it might be expected or not. It is important to note that we cannot control how the world will continue to revolve, nor influence how things would be like. What we can control is how we perceive them, how we think, perceive, and accept them. Changes in our thoughts can either be positive or negative. We can choose to view things in a brighter perspective or opt to focus on what is disorderly and frustrating. If we would choose to see things in a negative way, we will exert more problems on our part since we will lose our ability to keep our cool. We will be demotivated because we are attuned on the things that are problematic, which most of them are beyond our control. Nevertheless, we need to keep ourselves always optimistic, thinking that there is always an answer to various issues. That is the only way to increase our motivation and efficiency in fulfilling our duties and tasks as individuals, especially here in school. Here are some characteristics of students that are successful in adjusting to their new learning setup. First, they can adapt quickly to new situations and changes that occur in their immediate environment. For example, those students would find it easy to comply to new school regulations and classroom policies. Second, well-adjusted students can tolerate the changes that may come as they carry out tasks. They will use their personal abilities and decision-making skills in order to push through with their activities. Third, these students are able to shift from one situation to another. In this case, they would find it easy to adjust in their learning schedules from on site reporting in school to remote learning at home, from group discussions and interactions to self paced learning activities. Fourth, students who are successful in adjusting to this new learning setup see things in different points of view, trying to judge them in different perspectives. These allow them to fully grasp and understand things in an unbiased way. And finally, number five, they can tolerate mistakes and changes from what they have expected and are able to find compromises in order to deal with them. In other words, they are proactive. Instead of being overwhelmed by the unexpected events, they would seek for other ways to pursue the good outcome that they have set for themselves. Here are some tricks that we can consider in achieving a healthy shift in our present academic setup. Let me share five simple suggestions. First, practice self care. You know what are the things that you can do and those that you need to do. Acknowledge that you are responsible with your own actions. So you need to take care of yourself. Prioritize yourself. Make it your priority to keep your personal well being. Eat healthy foods, sleep well, have regular exercises, maintain your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Second, set personal goals. Know your priorities. It is not enough that we are just complying on what is asked from us by our teachers. We need to do more to pursue excellence in our own ways. Create realistic goals that you need to accomplish in a definite period of time. This will help you in identifying your own values in life. Third, have an efficient time management scheme. You only have limited time to work on things. 24 hours is not enough to do all things in a rush. Create daily or weekly schedules to track your progress in fulfilling your personal tasks. These will also help you allot time for recreation and rest. Remember, time management is vital in maintaining balance between study and enjoyment. Fourth, practice charity. Express concern to other people. Help those in need of support. Doing this kind of things can also help you find fulfillment as an individual. Acts of charity, no matter how simple it may seem for us, contribute to our overall happiness and satisfaction in our daily affairs. And finally, find your purpose. It is not enough that we are able to finish tasks. It must be clear on our part why are we doing it in the first place. If we will have a definite inspiration in doing well in school, let's say for our family or to realize our long-term career plan, we will be more eager to do things better. If we have a clear understanding of our purpose, challenges and defeats will be more tolerable, giving us countless chances to rise again and continue with our journey. As we end our discussion, let us try to ponder the words of Mahatma Gandhi. The future depends on what you do today. The future depends on what you do today. As students, you need to be aware of the importance of the present, of our today. The past is already finished, while the future is still beyond our control. What is happening at the present time is the only certain, and what we can do with them is the only thing that we can control and choose. Do you want to make this school year successful and fun? Then you need to exert time and effort to cope with the challenges that you may encounter. Learn to adapt to the changes that might arise in your life. There is no other way than to move forward. Bring with you the lessons that you have learned from the past 2 years of studying at home. Bear in mind the dreams you have for yourself in the next 5 to 10 years. Do your best starting today. After watching this lecture video, you will have a class sharing to be facilitated by your class advisors. You can share about the experiences that you had on your first day of on-site classes here in Colegio de Santa Monica de Ancac. Also, you can also share about the changes that you have observed and the plans that you can consider to make this year extra special for you and your classmates. For your follow-up activity, you need to make a letter addressed to your future self. Express all your aspirations or words of encouragement that you want to read in the next few months or years. Write them in a short bond paper. Make it personal as you can. Once you are done, fold it in three and seal it with a tape. Write their full name and section in the exposed area of the paper and submit it to your class advisor in your next on-site class. Thank you for your participation. I hope you learned something from our discussion. I wish you well this new school year and have a blast.